It is recording. You guys can see this is all auto trading. It accumulated positions. This is the auto trader accumulated positions. Right before market open, it was at $930 or so. And now look at this, $24.96.
No way.
Auto trading off of the M1. So it's triggering lightning bolts off the M1 chart. We're just not seeing it because we're on the M5. But on the M1, it must have bought more positions. And now I'm running at $177 on the runner.
Wow.
This is fucking awesome.
It's dangerous, dangerous.
It's fucking awesome. All auto traded. Look at this. We are running, I literally, it is 9:32 a.m. right here, 9:32. Market just opened. Before market opened, the auto trader was at $930 some odd dollars. It was accumulating these buys, pushed up. Yeah, you can see these are M1s, and it went straight. It didn't even partial. It went straight from opening to targets immediately. That's why we're seeing the M1, the lightning bolt. This is the lightning bolt that was triggered, and that's it. Fucking crazy. That, I'm sorry for my language, but I'm a little excited. But that was freaking awesome, especially after staying.
Yeah, you just said it right before market open. You was like, it's stacking these buys.
Yep, I said it's stacking these buys, and look, we're at this trend line here on the 15. So I mean, I'm gonna let it run, but I want to, you know, you guys know my behavior. I want to give it. I want to take some partials, but I'm not going to interfere with this. That's what I said I'm going to do. I'm not going to interfere with it. I was working on it all night, but it handled market open well, but only because this was, I'll be honest, this was an easy market open, right? Because we didn't have any swing. Well, this was the push up, the swing high, but this was a swing high off of these LBs and these buy signals. So I was accumulating these buys automatically, but if this were a false alarm, we'd be in trouble, right? We'd be we would have opened positions and not opened more, but we would have still been in trouble on the first trades that we had floating when market opened. But I mean, that's what the EA is supposed to do. Here, it went into buys. If you wonder, well, why did it get into these buys here? Because it was looking at this as a retest of the previous lightning bolts. So I pushed these up. You can see these little mini blue lines in there. I could zoom in here. Oh, I can't zoom in here anymore. Can I? Yeah. Yeah, so here you can see it bought these buys up. And then when price came down, it calculated this as a retest of the previous buy and a retest of a zone. So it pushed straight up. So that's freaking awesome. You guys, if you're running the EA, the LB, I mean, you guys still had these signs. So even though I didn't call it out because I was a little occupied, you guys, if you're running the lightning bolts, you guys know you guys have the buys. You have the fib entry, and that's just off of the M1. Let's see, that's the only, let's see, the 5. The 5 would still be, you would know that this would be a retest, right, of a zone. We always do retests, and this is a double touch. 1, and then we'll count this as 2, 3. The third touch, pushed up. I'm running, I'm now running 3.06, and so it really partialed the heck out of these positions. And that is still running right now at 140, 139, 144 bucks. Incredible, incredible. Freaking awesome. Okay, so in vain, that just, I'm trying to wind down, but I'm so excited. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go to bed now.
Man, you should be proud of yourself, bro. This is amazing stuff.
Yeah, man, it's definitely, you know, it's been in the makings for a while, but, you know, I've got some amazing testers in the group that always continuously break my stuff. And when I think it's sealed, I just drop it in the test group and they break it consistently, and it just makes it better and better. But they're going to get their hands on this one. This is, I'm trying to prep it on my own before I give it to them and they unleash on it, because they're going to find, well, why didn't it take this entry? Why did it take this entry? Or why didn't it, you know, take the partials or hold on so long, etc. So that, you know, that's going to be, you know, the same phase we were in
with the auto partials, right?
Exactly. With the auto TPs, it's going to be the same life cycle, software development life cycle that will be in here, where we're going to go through, you know, we go through design, then we go through implementation, then we go through the with the implementation, then the testing phase, then the modifications, and then back to designing the next phase. And that's an agile framework that allows us to work while we're working with a live version. We're able to add on things, and that works best for me because I'm only a single developer. I'm not outsourcing this yet or bringing on a developer yet. But so that allows me to be able to develop, I think a lot easier in an agile framework than in any other framework. But yeah, this is running right now 137, 144, 152, 156. Let's see if it breaks, but I'm curious to see because this is I was talking to Fred yesterday. Fred and I were kicking it, and we were he was showing me his screen. He keeps his, if you guys like these zones, man, this is nothing. He really keeps his zones in the LB really tight. I mean, they look really, really good. He's really kind of mastered the zones on the LB. And I'm gonna put some functionality in here where you can just click on a zone and tag it as being a hard LB or a very prominent LB. I'm sorry, zone. So when you're refreshing the zones, those zones will never go away, and those will be the zones that we could target because I should be at a very prominent zone right now and taking a partial at this point. I'm at a zone and a trend line. I should be taking a partial at this level, and it's not taking that partial. It's running at 190 right now, 192, but it did not take that partial. So I'm a little concerned. I'm not sure if it even has any targets ahead of it because it has, all of the SMAs are below price now. So where am I going? If I'm in buys now, where am I partialing it out? Right?
Yeah.
I have no targets for a partial TP. I feel like, now it's running in vain because there is no partial TP. I should be throwing, if this is the 5, what I would do is perhaps use the chandelier as a exit. The chandelier, this one's the chandelier, this green line. So this is going to show up on the next one. It's trying to show up here, and this will follow price up. And when it breaks that chandelier, that's where I would exit. Something here. Let me get rid of those. Fucking amazing. So yeah, I think I'm going to give up these profits that I'm running with because I really don't have a target, which makes no sense. What am I, and I'm trying to say, hey, I don't want to manually partial, but I'm like really wanting to manually partial.
But Squawk, this is the part where we will have to manage it, obviously, if we see things like that.
Yeah, exactly. Seeing things this way, then yeah, then we would then go in and we just click on the protect, and it's already protected, but at least to take partial at this point. But once again, I'm only running 0.0. I'm running 3 positions at 0.06. So it's not a lot, but still, there's $189 on the table right now that is going to float, and it's going to run to break even, because where else can it go without taking a partial, without me intervening, right? But we'll see. So that's one of the things that I was thinking of. If I get into positions, or if I'm in positions where I'm above all my targets, then the target really should be a trail stop in the form of a chandelier.
Gotcha. If there's no more indication, like it got all the way up and all the EMAs are down.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. And for target, and I don't even have a TP set on these. Like there's not even a final target set on these. So in your trade tab, like the TPs are just set to 0. So it never even set a TP, right? So this is just running, just running for free right now. It did get into the sell off of the M1. It did get into the sell here off the M1 because it's an LB and a rejection of a zone. So we'll see how it handles this. Look at this. It's pushing down, but look, my first target is so far away. These are the things that I want to resolve. You see, the first target is so far away because we pushed up so much.
Yeah.
But right now I'm running at my sell positions is running at 100 and some odd dollars. I'm running at $342 in profit right now, even with the buys. So I'm running a buy and a sell. I'm running 3 buys and 2 sells right now.
That's crazy.
And because this is, I'm gonna protect this. Shit, yeah. Because this is live, I do want to protect this, and I want to take this partial. Those are the partials, and I took those partials, all of the partials in profit are protected because that is a, you know, this account is important to me. And now I'm running at 25.78. So these are the partials that I just took. I'm running at 25.78. And let's see here, and I still have that $127 floater running. I'm running buys at 0.03s and sells at 0.49s or 0.50s. And this is where I think it's going to get into trouble because it opened up another sell here, too deep right now, I think. So we'll see. Right now, the runners are now, because of this position, this full position, the runners are now totaling negative 116 bucks, 125. So we'll see what happens. But on that LB, if you guys took that LB on the one, that would have been, you guys see me when I normally trade, that would have been a partial automatically. You know, I would have, the way I just partialed it is the way I would have, you know, is the way I usually partial it. Everyone knows that. I'll partial it. It was getting into this zone here. And I, is that a lie? Yeah. So it was I got in here and I came down here. Yeah, I partialed it before I got into this little mini zone. It's running at $2.86, 51 bucks, 44 bucks in profit right now. Very sick, very sick. I didn't make one manual entry at all. All right, so some of the bugs are getting knocked out. I didn't even want to code last night. Yeah, now I'm in the negative 104. If this breaks above here, I'll close it. Look at this. Hit that target. Come on. Hit it. I'm at 251. First market open is real. I may just take the partial because I want to reduce my risk if I get in the L. I'm gonna take it. No, I didn't take it. Okay, so it's still opening positions. This concerns me. It's still opening sells. I really want to partial this out. Let's see what happens. I got negative 90. Let's see, let's play it out. Let's see. And this is an M1. I really want to like turn off the M1s because M1 isn't like, it's just a monster, right? You know, you got to really be on top of it. And I think my target's a little far away. Like me, normally I would have partialed that out, whereas it got, you know, it didn't have to land right exactly on my moving average target. It could have been just like a few ticks before it, and I would have partialed it out already. What I will do is this, because this is nervous, I'm going to say I up this to 4 positions, these positions. I'm going to drop this down to 3 so it doesn't try to open more.
And out of curiosity, Squawk, I know usually EAs in the M1 time frame, they take a lot of small trades,
Yeah.
because there's no more movements.
Yeah.
Does it take enough on the 5 and the 15 if you remove the 1?
Yeah, so it'll still take them on them, but remember, this is taking it using, you know, my strategy of LBs. So it's taking right now, this isn't even anything fancy. This is just LBs plus zone rejection. Right, so if it shows, if there's an LB and a zone rejection on a 5 minute, 15 or 30, it will take it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it did take those partials just now. It took those partials as it touched my 20 SMA. And now we are running here at 2,700. Crazy, crazy day, crazy. And I'm protected. So, okay, so I feel good. I'm at least managed out of that position. And I'm hoping that M1 doesn't open any more positions. I'm running at $97.14, 97.14 running. Right, so I'm protected there now. Now that I'm protected, I can, as long as it doesn't open up any other positions, I'm okay with just, you know, being hands off because I'm protected on both sides. I'm protected on the buys and I'm protected on the sells. So this is hedging. So Austin was asking about the setting here. This is how I have it running. The setting here, which is set for LB no action. You know, usually I have it to close all. So if you get an opposite LB, so if I'm in buys and I get that sell, it would have closed all the buys. But right now I have it doing nothing. I'm just saying, hey, let these trades play out. Let them hedge themselves if they want, and let them fight it out on the charts. And it's going to either hit targets or take you know, loss protection, right? It'll reduce the lot size either in loss or in profit. One or the other, no matter what. So that's what how I've had it running all night, and it's not conflicting. Even for the M5 that took a lot of trades, that one is also set for LB no action. But in my strategy testers, any strategy test that I've showed you guys, this has always been set to close all opposite positions. So that's how it would take, similar to this. When I think when I had a position open, I was saying, let me see if it's on this one. I was saying, why did it hold so long? Which chart was that? I think it was the M1 then. It must have been the M1. Yeah, why did it hold so long? But if I had it set to, if I had this set to, yeah, what's it doing? Where is it? Where am I? Where am I? Yeah, so here it held these all the way to this point. But if I had this set to close on opposite lightning bolt, these buys would have closed the minute it got the lightning bolt up here, and I would have closed these positions out here. Right. So it depends on the market and depends on, you know, your strategy and what you think works best. Screw. Yes, okay, for Christian, yeah, let me drop that divergence indicator out.
Boy, NAS just went in the totally opposite direction to that this morning.
Where it went to
Yeah, NAS just fell.
oh wow.
Yeah, never seen that. It just went the total opposite direction.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the net, you know, US30 now has that's CFD. So we are trading, you know, the market. This must be like a reallocation of funds where maybe they're pulling out of, you know, mid cap and putting into large cap. I don't know, but there's a reallocation of funds. If they're not in line, then there's reallocation of fund. Like, you know, there's some, it seems to be some reallocation of funds. This is sick.
It looks like US30 might be syncing up with it now because NAS is still dropping. And now US30 is dropping too.
Yeah. My tabs on this doesn't look right. Okay. Still nervous. I want to turn off the M1. It did open up another trade because it closed the other trade, so it doesn't have 3 open. So that's why I said hey, open up another one. I just want to turn this one off. I'm going to go here and I'll say allow live trading. I'm going to set that to nothing. And then that means I'm going to close this manual. If it goes into major drawdown, I'm going to close that one manually. I have to because it's not going to take partials because I just disabled the EA off the M1. So I'm going through, I do have some. So yeah, peeps, if you do send me a DM, just tag me in the community because I get so much spam and it's by design. I'm okay with allowing them to add me to groups because I'm gonna hit them back with the same thing. I'm gonna scrape their users and add them to my group, which I already have that bot. So if you do that, just drop, a community message saying, yo, Squawk, check your DM. So this here, I'm running at -200. So I'm going to close these out. Now I get the buy and I disabled it. Look at that. You see, sometimes you got to just leave it the hell alone. Let it run. I'm going to close this position now. I'm going to close all these positions. So that last trade, that sell, I should be able to put in a value of 0 to say don't take anything. That should turn off the EA because I didn't want it to, guys. You guys, heard me. I didn't want us to get into more trades, and I need to be able to put in a value of, where is it? Here of 0. And then it won't open more trades, but at least the EA will still run and manage positions that are already opened, rather than disabling it here. I could keep that enabled, turn this to 0, and then it should just turn off. Let's see here. I'll set this right now to the proper 3. I don't necessarily like it at all. And the way the market is now getting choppy, it makes sense for me to just turn it to 0. Let me just put it to 0. So these are the decisions you guys are going to have to make when trading it. Those bots that trade automatically, I mean, there's some good ones out there, I would imagine, but majority of them don't work, right? And we're not trying to be that. We're wanting to create something that actually works and it's going to be different, where yeah, we need to still have a background in trading of some sort to know what a zone is. Let me fix my zone. Like, why didn't it take that? Because there was no zone rejection. Well, there is a zone. Let me then, let me just expand that zone so that it's going to trigger, the entries, things like that. So that's what we'll be working on. I was at 2,700, but that last trade was a loss of $398. So I'm running at this price, 2,400, 23.99 or something like that. So we sit and we wait and we look for the next setup. This was the push up for us to, those of us that are trading. Let's see here. What do we have going on for any manuals? All right, so this is M5. I do have M5 and M15 there. I still have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pending orders on the M5. So when you get an LB, or if you get an LB sell, it's going to get you in that sell, but it's also setting up a pending order for a reversal at key areas, so that, hey, if you did get it wrong, hopefully, and it's pushing, hopefully it's going to get you in that opposite order and still get you into profit. So we really try to trap price with this thing. I'm gonna stop the recording.